fill everyone in that hasn't seen what's going on here. So let's go to the modular cam. I've fully pretty much used everything I can. I've got the Oniri. I'm not. This is probably one of the only things I'm not using in terms of. Well, I guess and this VCO slash LFO. Hermod's not being used right now because I'm doing everything in Bitwig. But in terms of anything that's sound generating, these are really the only two that I'm not using, and that's simply just because I don't have enough. Like, I'm completely out of room on the ES8, so I'm using all of the inputs and all of the outputs for various things. These two are automatically used just because that's the actual audio out, so I can hear what's going on. These guys are VC controlling. I think this one's controlling. Which one are you controlling? Hey, you got one controlling plates. One pair is controlling rings. One pair is controlling plates, and then the last one, or I guess there's like, let's see, two. There's a couple that. Okay, this one's controlling Oniri's resonator, and then this one, yeah, they're all being used. And as far as inputs go, those are just like Oniri and let's see, Oniri, and then I've got this bass. Now I might be able to free up an input here because this bass is really mono, so there's no reason this needs to be stereo, other than I think Bitwig prefers it that way. So even though I'm using both, ports, it's just I've got it plugged into the other one with the same signal. So what I might be able to do is come in here, although I have no way of controlling the oscillator signal anyway because I'm out of outputs. So even if I was able to patch in something aside from Hermod, which wouldn't be synced. Again, I need to look at the damn manual. I haven't done that yet. But I don't currently have a way of easily syncing the Hermod clock. So I got to look that up. But, so with that said, I've pretty much exhausted all means of making sound and getting it into Bitwig from my modular. I've got a few, and I've got like no space left, right? So I've got a couple things. In retrospect, I should have bought the ES9. However, the ES9 is like $600. I think it's $600. It's very expensive, but the ES9 has like way more inputs and outputs. I think it has 8 inputs and like 12 or 16 outputs or something. I don't remember. But it also has a headphone jack and outputs for your studio monitors, which I don't have the studio monitors set up at this table. They're set up behind me on my other desk. I still need to move those. Like, I had set up, originally everything was on one desk. Couldn't do that once I got the modular. I was like, yeah, I need more space. So I have a separate dedicated setup just for working on music stuff. So anyways, so yeah, I'm all maxed out. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with the song. I kind of tamed the bass a little bit. Like, it was a very neuro-like bass, but now it's a lot I guess tame. It's more tame. It's not there's not as much highs going on in it now, but I think I like the sound. I think it fits now, or fits better anyways than it did. So yeah, we can hear the track as is, and it's still significant work in progress. I'm just mostly working, like, I've got kind of an intro and then the drop, but I need more, and I'm not really sure what to do yet. So, but well, I can't hear anything. That's odd. Did I break something? What? Literally, I just heard this earlier. Now I can't hear anything. I broketh it. I may have to. Let me fast forward in the track. Oh, it's just because I'm. Okay. I'm done. So we can go ahead and save this track. Just holding this tone. This doesn't sound right to me at all. It's not even changing pitch is the problem. What happened? What happened to you? Okay, something's wrong with the voltage control on this thing. Are you plugged in? Ah, you're not plugged in. There you go. Okay, there we go. Okay. is it? Yeah, I mean, I've made some progress. I'm a little bit. I'm kind of hit the limit in terms of really, like I think I said earlier. My ES8 is completely maxed out right now, so every single input and output on this thing is full. Now I have an ES3 and an ES5, I believe, on the way, which will hopefully be here before Christmas. And I'll use those to hopefully be able to at least do more CV control. Yep. uh, so yeah, ES3, which gives me, let's see, ES3 gives me 8 more inputs. I get the two confused, but one of them's for inputs, the other one's for outputs, and I forget which one's which. But I've got an ES3 coming, and then I got an ES6 coming, which gives me 6 more. So, and I'm gonna have to take some stuff out, right? So I'm not currently using this expansion for the Listen IO. It's called the Listen Up. So I'm probably going to take this out because this is really if I had studio monitors. And I do, but I'm just not using it right now. I've been doing everything with the headphones. So I'll take this guy out. I'll take this VCO out probably because I haven't been using it. And, well, it's VCO and LFO, but unfortunately, the LFO is still pretty fast for its lowest, or I guess the range on the LFO is so it's really slow, but the fastest setting is like still really slow. So like you can't oscillate very fast with this VCO for whatever reason. Maybe there's a way I could tune it or something, but so yeah, I'm probably not. You're practically using modules like VSTs, total integration unit. Kind of. In this context, yes. Like I do sometimes use the module by itself, but I mean the whole reason I got into modular was twofold: for sound design, right? But also I wanted to have something like a synthesizer that was obviously modular, right? And integrate it into my workflow. So that's kind of how my approach has been. I don't know whether it's right or wrong. I don't think really there, but I've been enjoying it. It's been fun. Like I've been making crazy bass lines. Been having fun with plates and rings, and the MK3, which is not hooked up right now. But Oniri is super awesome. I love Oniri. It's probably, yes, physical knobs for studio workflow. Yep, exactly. Like what I'll notice is like I'll be playing a song and I'll start messing with knobs on the module, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just turn that into an automation in Bitwig, and then I can I'll just program it in at that point, and it'll control the CV. So it's pretty neat. The only downside, obviously, is, and this is with modular, it's just what you have with modular in general, is I can't save this patch. Like I can take a picture of it and hope everything, I can put everything back in shape, but I'm basically forced to see this through the song. So that is also another thing I like, in a way, is like it's very easy for me to drop a song and be like, I'm done. Like I don't want to work on this, so let's move on to the next thing. But because I'm bound to this patch, I can't just, I can't just start a new thing. If I want to use the modular, I have to finish my last thing. So it's like forcing me to be more disciplined because I mean I make songs all the time, but like half of them aren't finished and they never see the light of day, and I just don't finish them. Um, but this is kind of forcing me at least to either decide, yes, I'm going to finish it, or this is where I draw the line. I'm done as I'm not, probably not going to be able to come back to it unless, I could bounce everything. I can bounce each of the parts, but getting the original sounds back, I have to repash the whole damn thing, and who wants to do that? So I'm also running out of room in this thing, so I have to make some compromises. I'm going to get rid of this VCA because I'm not using it right now. I might regret that later, but I still have 4 slots open, so I can either do 4 mono sounds or 2 to stereo. But I'm going to get rid of this guy for now just because, and he's in stereo mode, which is kind of weird on this thing because, I don't know, it's just weird to me. Like you basically can't use any of the, like, you think you get 2 and 2, but I think you just get 1 set, or maybe I'm using it wrong. I tend to work very minimally, only capturing 1 element at a time as audio. I'm never married to a patch. Is it necessary to run and capture all the elements simultaneously? Not necessarily. It's just I guess part of it is like when I'm working on a song, I kind of jump around on the elements. So like I'll work on, like the bass line I was working on a lot yesterday, and I'll find myself coming back to those things later to like after I've added other elements to make them fit. Like the bass line yesterday was like really well, I can actually show you what it sounded like yesterday. So if we solo, where's the bass? So yesterday it sounded, I've got to turn the oscillator back on. Get out of my way. So I think this guy is, where is it? Yeah. Okay, so yesterday the bass sounded more like this. Oh wait, that's the wrong pattern. Like this. It had more top end, but I've since like tweaked it so you don't hear it. But it was much more growly. And I came back to it and I was like, you know what? No, let's go with something a little less growly, a little less neuro, because it's got a piano in this thing, right? So I ended up just turning this. This is actually controlling resonant FB up here. If I can, yeah, you can see it oscillating back and forth. So that's what's giving it that movement. But I got rid of it, and now the bass sounds like this. Which is, for in context is. But yeah, that's to answer your question. It's because I find myself coming back to the original elements. Yep, exactly. Yep. And some people are able to like stick to one thing, get it to right, but like as I add more elements to the song, I'll have to revisit other things sometimes just because either they don't fit or there's various reasons. But yeah, so that's why I haven't quite captured. I still bounce all the stuff, but like if I just bounce it and unpatch everything, then I kind of lose my work. Now the solution is just more modules, so then you don't have that problem. I guess I don't know. Yeah, I guess once you have enough modules, you. I say this, but it seems like a slippery slope anyways that people in modular fall into anyways. But I do need more HPs because I'm out of room. But yep. Do you Phaser, do you use like what's do you have a DAW choice, or like do you integrate modular with um you know your DAWs? Mixing the active creation. Okay, yeah, that's fair. I mean, I'm not good at um making stuff on the fly, in at least in modular. It's very new to me. Like I come from working entirely in the box, and I'm making a song, right? So um, the workflow is very much different in that respect. But if you're making everything entirely in modular and then just capturing it in the DAW, then yeah, that I can see what you mean. Um, I suppose I'm just not to that level yet where I can just make everything in the module and like have something cool and then capture it. I really haven't got to that level. Maybe someday. But most of the sounds I'm working on right now require some level of CV goodness that I currently can't figure out how to do. Well, at least with my current setup, I can't do very easily. I can do a lot of it probably from the Hermod. Um, Actually, I can probably do most of it from the Hermod. Uh, I'm still learning how to use it, but yeah, that's currently my workflow. It's not super efficient, but um, I'm not good at like just making. Again, I know most of the guys on here are a game perspective of mixing tracks for other people. Yeah, yeah. I know a lot of the guys that stream like they they already had like they're just constantly basically kind of like an endless song. They're streaming and they've got a patch they're working on and they make a bunch of tweaks as they go, and it's like you see it kind of um, I would progress isn't necessarily the right word, but like evolve, like it evolves. They like, and I'm not I feel like I'm not experienced enough to be able to do that, like almost like a live setting. That's just a jam session, yeah. Yep. Yep. I mean, I have like made my own patches, and um, I've never dumped anything out to the DAW. It's like meditation. I'm sure. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how many people do it this way though. Maybe not many. But I think I'm gonna call it a night though. It's getting pretty late. But I'm gonna play the track once more, and then I'm gonna call it, and maybe I'll get some fresh ears tomorrow and kind of know where to go. I think I want to get some actual vocals off Splice or something. There's a big distinction for me between just jamming and actually building a track. Oh, I agree 100%. 100%, yeah. Very different approaches. Um, and one, I'm far less familiar. I'm far less experienced with it. Okay, yeah, I'll play it, but I just have the drop. Whatever, we'll just play it. So this part's going through. I think it's Rings and Oniri and another VST called. Black Hole Immersive. have the rings peek in a little bit. But yeah, there's not much to this right now. See, the keys are Keyscape, which is fantastic piano VST. It sounds so good. But see, so this is the modular, the rings, plates, and what am I missing? Oh, and obviously the resonant FB. And Oniri, all of that. All right, man. It was cool talking to you, Phaserville. Hopefully I'll catch you on a stream soon. Y'all have a good night.